Hello brothers and welcome back to the channel. As always, it's BuckerBrad96 here with some more content for you all. Now today's video is going to be a little different and something I have not done in a while. Recently I found a local seller who sold a small lot of Bakugan. Some are damaged, some are in pretty bad condition, but as a whole I thought that it was worth it, so I went ahead and purchased it despite all of that because there are a few gems in here. Now I'm going to go ahead. Now, some cards were included, but this card's not included. This is my Brontes Gate. It's just in much better condition than the cards included. So I'll use that for rolling out the Bakugan. But I do want to start off with the cards. I'm not going to read them all because that would be way too long. But I do just want to kind of sift through them. They're in pretty bad shape. I'm hoping I can clean them some way. But if I can't clean them, I can always use proxies. So it's a Maxis Dragonoid ability card, which is huge. The ability card for Freezer, which, spoilers, that is definitely huge because of this lot. The Battle Gear reference card for Jet Core, so I believe that's Dragonoids, or one of Dragonoid's Battle Gear, excuse me. Oberon Rescue, which I have quite a few of these, so another one doesn't hurt, I suppose. It feels really thick, like it's two, but it's only one. After that, I have a copy of Quaking Phoenix, and I believe that's one of the Maxis Helios parts. Then a copy of Leafram. So this one's pretty cool. It's an ability for Leafram. So if this is played on a Leafram instead, it gets 120 G power instead of the 50. So that's pretty strong in a Maxis Helios build. Copper Launcher, which I think it's cool. It shows Foxbat. And we have the Golden Launcher, so those are the launcher abilities for Gate Card Synergy. Then a copy of Rock On and Counter Trap Alpha. Got some Subterra goodness going on here. Spirit Saber, that's pretty neat. Your opponent chooses a gate card on the field, place your Bakugan on that gate card if you roll a Subterra. That's pretty neat. So you don't even have to roll it. Your opponent chooses where you place it. I see that a lot in Ventus and Chaos, but not Subterra, so that's pretty cool. Another copy of Triad El Condor. I did already have a copy of this from the Ventus one I bought, so kind of huge. That lets you reflip a coin flip. Magnetic Attack, which kind of fun. Very few differences between Counter Trap Alpha and Magnetic Attack. Basically the same photo, just different colors. After that, it is a copy of Firestone, so that looks like one of the Dragonoid pieces. Following that up, we have some Gandalian Invaders cards, so Late Sunrise and Weld Machine, pretty cool. And I think in Gandalian Invaders or Mectanium Surge, like one of those, this started being the number of gate cards that had to be taken before you could play the ability. I think that's what that means, but I could be wrong. It's been a while. Doom card, so a copy of the Doom card. Not the OG Battle Brawlers one, I think that was Gandalian Invaders. Now then, that's all I had for the abilities. Going ahead and moving on to the gate cards. We have Gale Force with Link there. VR Arena number 4, it shows Gorham's ball form. Gate of Doom, kind of heavily beat up, but it is the darkest gate, so that's cool. Just wish it wasn't mutilated. Reflection Gate, I've got quite a few of these. Wind Portal, same thing. I actually think this is my third one. Baked Soil, I've shown off on the channel before. That's part of the Brontes Gate collection, just because he's in there. And the Baxter C. So this is a gate that I haven't seen before. It's pretty cool. It's got, I believe, Tripod Epsilon, and then a Centipoid. Then Drain Color, also a gate that I've seen before, as well as Starry Night. So unfortunately, nothing really new. Magnanimous, so that's cool. It's a character gate. Old though. Dragonoid Nexus, that's new. At the end of this battle, the losing player may place one of his unused Bakugan on any gate card without a Bakugan already on it. Well, that's cool. So if you lose the battle, you can set up for your next turn without having to worry about missing the roll. That's nice. And then Anger Rooms. It's kind of a weird name for a gate card. Following that up with, of course, Building Gate. So this is the gate card for Max's Dragonoid. I guess I got the ability and the gate card. That's pretty neat. And then Construction Gate. Ooh, so the gate for Max's Helios. This is going to be peak right here when I finally build that deck. Ooh, oh, that's awful. See, that's what I'm talking about, brawlers. The cards were pretty beat up, right? Like, all of this was disclosed before I got the lot. Very nice person, wonderful person, nothing against them. I was warned, but I just had to do it because finding local Bakugan is so hard, especially in the Legacy series. And yeah, I kind of jumped on it when I had the opportunity. Now then, going into the Bakugan, let's start off with the Deca. So this is a Deca Chaos Hades. Kind of funny that I got this considering I just did that custom. But yeah, another Deca Bakugan, 620 Gs. So for Legacy Decas, I now have Hades and 3 different B1 Dragonoids. I guess I could make a Deca team. That would be hilarious to kind of play one day, maybe. I don't know. Still the same manual parts, so the feet fold out, the horn folds out. I won't really worry with that too much. I'm amazed at Deca Bakugan. You know, they really are exact replicas, just bigger. Makes them look really cool. In fact, a custom paint on this, if it was Darkest, would be perfect, but with Chaos, I think that would take way too long. Still, really nice Bakugan, really good design. For the regular game Bakugan, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. Some of them are really stuck, some of them are really janky, so I'm not really going to try to roll them out, but some of them will open, hopefully. Starting off with a Pyrus Blade Tiguera, really off-putting with the black eyes, but well, if I can get the camera to zoom, the camera hates me, you all know that. 550 G-Power for a Pyrus Blade Tiguera. That was actually the first time I got it to open. While testing all these Bakugan when I first got them, some of them obviously did not open as great. That's why I said that at the beginning of the video. But the Blade Tiguera worked out. That's good. That is a promising sign. Now moving on, I guess I'll stick with Pyrus. So the Pyrus Lumulus that I got in this lot, yeah, it does not open at all. I might have to get in there, undo the screws, and try to take it apart and fix it. Luckily, I do have another one. But yeah, I don't even know if that would count as a stand, because it is just nothing. Dead to the water, so that's one dead to the water. Moving on, another Neo Dragonoid. I've got like 7 of these now. This one, again, all these Bakugan, like, they're in okay condition, but they are sticky stuck. Like that one, the little side wings didn't even come out. So this Neo might need a little repair, or I might put this in the graveyard for custom pieces. Regardless though, 580 Gs for a Pyrus Neo Dragonoid. I've seen so many of those on the channel. I have found so many of them. Apparently locally, everybody wanted a Neo Dragonoid, and guess what? Even a Subterra one. So admittedly, the Subterra looks really nice. And it opens. I don't know if it opens on the roll, but it opened just then. First time having a Subterra Neo. So now I have Pyrus, well, I had Darkest. Well, I do have Darkest. So Pyrus, Darkest, Aquas, and Pyrus, Darkest, Subterra, Aquas. I'm missing Ventus and Chaos for Neo, and I'll have at least one of each. I know I have like 4 or 5 Pyrus. 580G, so same as the other one. But yeah, a lot of Neo Dragonoids all over locally. Every time I find a local seller, they always have a couple of those bad boys. I have no idea why. It's just like, that is like a really common Bakugan apparently. But yeah, okay. Sorry, just trying to fix up the lighting, everyone, because I can see it on the camera. It's pretty rough. But moving on, staying with Subterra. I don't know why I said I'd do Pyrus and then I flipped to Subterra. I guess it's because it was the Neo. But here's a, I think, not Midnight, Pyro Dragonoid. Yeah, this is the Pyro Dragonoid in Subterra. 490 G, so a little lower. Definitely lower than the Neo, but that makes sense. I think the Midnight Drago was an Evo that was before Neo Dragonoid. I honestly have no idea. Now, the Ventus one I got in this lot, the clip is completely broken off. So, this is definitely another Graveyard Bakugan. Or I guess I could use the pieces to customize the Ventus. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, some of these were just going to be fodder projects, kind of repair kit type deals. 520 Gs. Very few of these Bakugan are like the gems that I really wanted out of this bundle. You will all know when I get there. I guess this one's not bad. We have a Pyrus Spindle. So another Maxis Helios piece coming off of the Chaos set. Now I do have one in Pyrus, and I think full Pyrus is obtainable. It's just really hard. But this one has 620 Gs right there at the bottom. Few manual pieces, but since this is a Bakugan I kind of just looked at, I don't want to spend too much time on it. But it does look really nice, and it's one of the ones that function in this bundle, so that's good. Next up, let's see, a second Chaos Lumagrow. Now I did get one from a trade with Discord member and Baku Crew member, Brennan. And this one, you know, it's pretty good. It's a little grimy. It definitely needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Doesn't open the best, but it is canon. I was thinking about actually doing a custom with this one, maybe a show accurate version. 770 Gs, man, you gotta love those Gundalian Invaders G powers. But yeah, Chaos Lumagrow, another Bakugan I don't want to spend a lot of time on because like I reviewed it not too long ago. But yeah, manual feet, manual arms. These aren't flabby at all either, which is really nice to see in older Lumagrows. But yeah, really cool design. Definitely for Gundalian Invaders, like peak as far as like being a wolf. I wonder if I can make this a Ninetales. You could probably make this into a Ninetales from Pokemon. Pretty easy, I'm assuming. Just a custom idea there. Anyway, moving on. A Pyrus Cyborg Helios. So, native attribute. Really huge. The only downside, and I have no idea how I'm going to fix this, is he's got like delay wing. Like all the springs work. I don't see any problems or breaks. There's no stress marks in the wing. He's just got like a little malfunction maybe. I don't know if it's because there's something like in the spring or the spring's just worn. But yeah, any tips on how to fix that would be greatly appreciated. Because I would definitely like to get this Pyrus Helios up and working. You know, it is native attribute obviously, but 680 Gs, so pretty strong. Not bad at all. Of course, manual feet, manual tail, and a little horn and jaw are on the same one. But yeah, can't get the Chaos one. Nope, can't get a single Chaos one. I've had two, one broken and damaged in transit, and then one stolen. But luckily, I found this Pyrus, so could be something said about that. I might be able to salvage this, but I will have to see in the future, see how it goes with that wing. Right now, it doesn't stand or open because of that little wing. And I do apologize ahead of time, brothers. I do have a little bit of cold this morning, kind of working through that, but nothing bad, you know. It's not the Kubo 19, so we're all good here. Next up is a Ventus Percival. So one of the gems out of this set, personally not really my favorite faction, or not faction, but attribute for Percival. Really the only reason I really like this one is it opens on the roll for this bundle, so it wasn't damaged or janky like the others. And then if you look, 720 G power, right? Like that is huge. Very strong Bakugan. Definitely worth having, especially in New Vestroya. Like I was perplexed by that. Moving on, it is a Aquas Oberon or Oberus. So 460 G power. This one does open very well, but as a side project, I was thinking about swapping it with the Ventus Oberus, just so my Ventus one could be fixed. I was thinking about taking off the front here because the Ventus one has the stress fracture. But I don't know, right? Because this one works so well, I don't want to mess it up. So I might just keep it in Aquas. Ventus Legendary Soldier, by the way, in Aquas. Moving on, I have another one of the Legendary Soldiers. I just got a Darkest Frost, but here is a Pyrus one. So a little janky there on the open, but 530 Gs. Still pretty cool Bakugan, the little flower frog, I like to call it. So Darkest and Pyrus, again, I might Baku swap them just like the Oberus, but I haven't quite decided yet because I don't want to wreck a lot of Bakugan that don't need to be. And hey, now we have the El Condor trap. So This one, really worn out. The head and the springs, really janky there, so they need to be replaced. The clips have been stressed open. Like, you can see the stress lines on those. I don't know if you can all see them, but I can. So this is not the best condition trap. It's pretty rough, honestly, not gonna lie. But it changes your Subterra Bakugan to Aquas, I don't know why I said that, Aquas, Pyrus, and Ventus, which is pretty cool. And again, I do have the reference gates, so they are usable in the game if I ever decided to, but still pretty cool. And it's another Subterra trap, which I didn't have a lot of, so I'm not going to knock that. But moving on, we're almost done, brawlers. I have a regular copy of Jet Core to go with my deluxe one now. Again, it's going to need to be repaired. The little laser cannon thing doesn't pop out of the other side. So I'm assuming for most of these, they've just been in an attic somewhere for too many years. They just need to be taken apart, cleaned up, gave a little TLC, and they should work brand new. But I will keep you all posted and up to date. 2 more Bakugan left, brawlers, and probably my favorite out of the lot. I have a Baku Steel Darkest Freezer and a Battle Damaged Chaos Altair. So really awesome. Might go for the Battle Damaged Full Chaos combat set for Altair to go with my Pyrus and Ventus. And then Freezer is just a really awesome Bakugan. Probably not the treatment I would have wanted it in, but I'm not going to complain because a Freezer is a Freezer. And as noted earlier, I did get the ability card for it, so kind of huge. But taking a look at Altair really quick, again, opens. This one was really stuck when I first got it, but the more I've used it and kept it in a warmer environment, it's starting to loosen up a little bit, and that is just huge, at least in my opinion. G-Power wise, 650. I feel that's pretty strong for an Altair. I think my Ventus one is only 520 or something like that. I know it's low, so that is really huge, really cool. Again, manual little tail part, manual horns, manual feet. I don't want to pull those out too much because, again, older Bakugan, not that well taken care of. I don't want to break anything that's stiff or rigid. So that's kind of why I'm just kind of going through these rather than really opening them up and all of that. Now Freezer, I don't know what the gimmick was called, but Freezer was really cool because it had a button on top, and if you pressed it, it opened it without the magnet. So let's see if that works now. Well, yeah, pretty much. There was a little stiffness there in the front 2 little tentacles, but all in all, it opened right up. Now G-Power is so hard to find on these, at least to me. Okay, it's right on the back of the head. 500, so a solid even number. I guess that's something for a Darkest Freezer. I'm not sure what the native attribute for Freezer is. The card art shows Chaos, but again, I would think Aquas. I guess not though. Really awesome Bakugan, really cool design. Happy to have it in the collection. At this point, I could just about have a, a Darkest Baku Steel team. Excuse me. But yeah, really cool, really neat Bakugan. And you can't lie, everyone, when you were children, I know you all did this right here. The first G3 Bakugan. Oh, try to get it on camera. Here we go. The Freezer spin out. Yeah. We all did it. We all did it. That's peak G3 Bakugan gameplay. And this isn't even a G3 Bakugan. So how's that, brawlers? Alright, but that's it. That's it for the most part. This is all the Bakugan that was given. Well, that I bought. I shouldn't say given, but this is another local haul. So it kind of gives you all an idea of what Bakugan people got. I know back then in, I guess, Washington State. But yeah, pretty neat. It's always interesting to find local people. You never know what they're going to have stored away. So it was a pleasant surprise, and I'm going to leave you all with this. There will be a part 2, because not only did I get all of that in the bundle, but I even got my very first completed Maxis Dragonoid. Now I know what you're saying, this is probably not how you build it. I kind of went off of reference photos, because again, I've never had this thing before, I've never built it before. Now the pieces are just like the rest of the Bakugan. I'm not going to lie to you all. They're stiff, they're stuck, they're a little sticky, they're janky. They need to be, loved up, they need to be cleaned up. But I think all in all, a Maxis Dragonoid in this set was a huge bonus. I do have them all built up because I want to kind of tease the next video with him. But yeah, so the next video will probably be a breakdown of Max's Dragonoid, kind of give my review of it, because I never have before. But until next time, brawlers, stay safe, drome up, don't forget to brawl, and throw some bread.